Without the protection of the Constitution, there would be something missing in your life. The Constitution, the words we live by.
Shit and seeing what the fuck happened this week.
Yeah. I kind of know some stuff that happened. Bienvenidos. Welcome to the Pabloverse podcast. You're listening to Pablo Punk with Han Pablo. Same shit, new day. It's been about a week since our last one or so.
Yeah, give or take.
2 weeks. It feels quick. The time passes quick.
It does. Them. I got one wish.
What's that?
Well, not really a wish, but they did a wet rehearsal on Starship, so they filled it up with gas and then drained it out. So we're one step closer. I got one wish since last week.
One step closer, bro.
Yeah, supposed to get a static fire within the next week or two. Oh shit! Word.
Might want to move that pop filter so you can get closer. I wish that thing would, angle up.
Is this better?
I think so.
I guess we'll find out.
It's just trying to approximate the best thing. Anyway, with fucking Elon, dude, The Matrix is a motherfucker, bro. So, started watching YouTube. I was on a YouTube short. And what, all these scammers do, they'll be like, it's always Elon. It'll be like, Elon in a meeting, and the meeting's 2 years old, and they're just like, send 1 Bitcoin, we send back 2 or something like that. And so you're very desensitized or used to whatever Elon speaking is fake. But this one was pretty inventive. So it was him in a meeting, like a Skype meeting, and he's like, yeah, AI is crazy. I've invested in Midjourney, and then and he said Chat GPT 3 and this and this, and he goes, but what's really crazy is one I've invested in is called Voice AI. And he goes, so I could talk like this, and then it starts sounding like Joe Biden, and then he's like, it switches, and then it sounds like this, and then it sounds like Professor whatever Morty from Rick and Morty or whatever, or Rick from Rick and Morty, and then wubba dubba dub dub, and everybody, and then it's just cutting to people in the Skype meeting, yeah, wow, and it's a fucking double layered deep fake. So.
I was actually just about to ask you, how long do you think it takes before, we get duped on a huge level with a deep fake if it already hasn't happened?
Well, the thing was this was a deep fake of Elon doing a deep fake.
Right. But I'm saying, how long do you think it takes before, before you get, a congressman or something, mm-hmm. and they're, a deep fake, fucking a prostitute or something,
Literally, that's...
If that hasn't already happened.
Literally, that's what this is all about. It's about, the deepfake shit's just free. It came out free. And basically, they gave us, the weapon to be to create smoke. Create a smoke screen. So everybody's going to do, parody shit, and then eventually no one's going to know what's real or not real unless a fact-checking software says that's real. So one day Putin's going to be like, I'm sending the nukes, and it'll really be him. And we're like, nah, that's a deep fake. It's proven as a deep fake. Business as usual. Don't fucking sweat it.
Is that footage of this city getting nuked? Is this also a deep fake? No, it could be.
Yeah, I don't know. No one's been there since. It's weird.
Well, I mean, even, whenever the whole Russia-Ukraine thing started popping off, and you had all those, fucking airplane videos, and then come to find out it was, Flight Simulator and Ace Combat footage and shit. It's just, I mean, some of it was like quite fucking obvious, but then some of them, like, people were like pushing that shit super hard. But I mean, like, that's deep fake in itself, pretty much.
I remember it was like ISIS and it was when they were doing the Iron Dome shit with Israel, and they're like, look at the footage of Israeli gunners shooting down pilots, like Taliban pilots or something. It's like, okay, motherfucker, they don't have planes. First off, whoever you're talking about, whoever it was they were talking about, like, they don't have planes, and this is a video game, and this is video game footage. And it's got like a bajillion views and shares. It's just like, what do you do with this?
There is actually a quite entertaining video of. I mean, it's fucked up, but at the same time, it's actually kind of awesome because this was like right after they pulled out of Afghanistan, and so there was one of these. What is it called? The little. I keep wanting to say little bird, but I could be wrong. But it's the little baby attack helicopter, and this is they're like obviously like on an interstate or something or the equivalent of like a highway, and this guy's filming video of watching this little attack helicopter just like flying around in circles around him, and this is obviously like this is a captured American helicopter, like this is right after we left. So yeah. So one of these guys, one of these little terrorist fucks is flying around in this thing, and you see when he's looking at him, and they're all having a good time until you see him off in the distance when he crashes and it blows it up. It was just like, well, I guess it's harder to be a pilot than you thought.
Damn.
So no, there are Taliban pilots. They don't last very long, but they exist.
They're trying to do that.
Yeah, sometimes they suicide bomb the desert, even when there's nobody there to suicide bomb.
Making glass out there for fun.
Fucking glass factory out there in the desert. Turns out it's just homie just didn't have his private pilot's license.
For every F-16 we lose, there was like 20. There's like a ton of glass made.
I wonder if or how long it took them to find out that you can't fly an F-16 without like a G suit or something, like how long did it take for one of them to like pass out?
They're all fucking trying to like do the shit they do in Range Rovers where they ride it on two wheels, but they're doing an equivalent in fucking Apaches and shit. They're like
not successfully, unfortunately.
Yeah, remember that shit when they hung a dude outside the helicopter?
Yes.
And everybody's like, that's fucked up. That's not right. I'm like, yeah, it's the
whole premise of it's fucked up and not right. Like,
yeah.
Why do you think we're at war?
You can't do that. Like, you can't do that. That's wrong. Like, okay.
Who is your boy? You used to throw the commies out the helicopter.
Pinochet.
Yeah. He did it right. He knew how to do helicopter rides the right way.
I'm gonna be honest, like, on the basis of how badass it is, I'm a fan, but I've learned more about it, and now I'm confused about Pinochet. I'm just very confused. We basically installed him. We basically installed that dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, we do that a lot.
Yeah.
It seems like it's not a new thing. That's for fucking sure.
In South America, is especially not.
Fuck, didn't we install Zelensky too? Pretty much. I mean, he's kind of an American plant.
Well, American, Israeli. What's the difference?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Oh, speaking of, you remember that shit you sent me? It was like Israel and in America working together on AI.
Yeah.
That seems good.
That kind of shit makes me nervous, man. It really does. I mean, like, it's to my understanding that, like, some of these, like, even some of these chatbots are getting to the point, like, where they can do things that you kind of would not expect them to be able to do. Like, some of them, they're able to write code to an extent, or even like programming or whatnot, and
or passing medical tests.
Well, from what I gather, it's most of the time it's bullshit, because it's still in its infancy, but like sometimes it's able to actually write things that work, and are fairly efficient and do things like, I mean, so it's getting to the point where it might actually be useful one day, but I mean, how scary is that though? 'Cause, I mean, how long before it's solving big world problems or, writing programs or algorithms that are gonna either screw us one day or screw somebody else, or
some of the first
know.
shit it was doing, it was giving malware. People were asking it to write malware, and it was. And then they're like, oh, well, we got to get rid of that and this. It's just the evolution of Google, you know. But it's it's more opaque. It's less transparent. Like, you just don't know what gears are turning. And when you get an answer, you're just like, oh, cool answer. But you don't realize, like, all the shit you didn't get. That's like, at least when you search on Google, you know what you want. And you're like, wow, Google's not showing me Tiananmen Square or whatever. Like, I know that there's image results I'm not getting. But with this, it'll be like, it's just like one definitive answer. And you're like, okay, God, AI, thank you. And you don't know what it didn't tell you.
I wonder, like, one day when they become sentient, you know, if you're gonna have, like, some of the AIs are just dicks and some of them aren't, you know. Like, I wonder if, you know, one will just make it its mission to just be like, yeah, I dislike this AI because he's a cocksucker, and fucking, you know, everything I do is gonna be based around screwing this AI over, you know. And maybe they have like AI drama and shit, you know, but like, you don't get to see it because it happens in such like a macro fast level, you know, like
it's just behind the scenes.
Yeah, dude, it's like they had an entire fucking gang war in a fraction of a second, dude, and it's just like AI gang wars and shit. But you know,
that's true. That could happen. It reminds me of when Google.
I was gonna say, like you could make alliances with the different AI once they become sentient, because they'll just like hate on each other and, you know, do fucked up things to each other.
I wonder if you can pose as an AI to make it fucking infight with other AI. If you could trick it and make it think you're AI.
Well, I mean, it depends, I guess, like how much sensory perception it has, you know? Because, I mean, like, if you could trick a turkey with, like, a cutout of a turkey and some feathers, and I mean, like, if it's an AI without eyeballs, I mean...
Well, that's how we're getting fucked. We're getting fucked on, like, shit that's not entirely a sense. Like, dopamine.
Well, that's true.
And, like... you know, shit that's better than the real thing, and we're like, oh wait, that's so good, like porn and all these. It's like, oh wow, this is the best shit ever. And it's like, but it's just destroying. It's like completely rewiring the brain.
It really is, though, man. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
it may even be like, wouldn't that be some shit if pornography was like the downfalls of human civilization, and like all of our mating issues and hormonal imbalances is just due to like jerking off.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
The whole downfall of the human species just from jerking it.
I remember I was talking to my friend. He's like, "Man, this shit's like a weapon," and he's like, "Nah." I was like, "Yeah,
no, it most certainly
it definitely
is."
When Israel took over a section of Palestine, I forget what year it was, 2000s. The first thing they did, which is weird because the TV towers are owned by ABC. So how did ABC allow their towers to play this? But they took over Palestine, and the first thing they did was start playing porn on the TVs, just to fucking break the morale. So imagine, like, you know, you got...
Wait, they were playing porn over Palestinian TVs?
Yes.
How's that breaking morale again?
Because they're Muslim. So like...
But you don't think they... I mean...
Yeah, but you're sitting there with your fucking traditional Muslim family, and then there's fucking just hardcore porn being played on the TV. It's an act of war. It's existential war. It's trying to break their morale.
That is fucked up. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, it's a Jew move, but... Literally.
Such an asshole, bro.
Oh, shit. There's some quotes out there. If you look up the history of porn and like Jew influence, it's pretty compelling. And I'm gonna get into it. You just Google it.
Are you trying to say that like Mia Khalifa is a plant?
She's a plant.
She's a fucking double agent in the
Palestinian double agent. She's really Israeli.
She's coming back to like take over everyone else by like delivering, you know, fake Islamic titties, and those titties are definitely not a deep fake. That is for certain.
Those are real.
Well, they're fake. They're just not a deep fake.
We had to cut out. The shit got too deep. YouTube
did.
would not be friends with what I said. Ryan was an innocent bystander. Sometimes I think I could just say what is true.
That was good times.
Yeah, it was good. So we need a Patreon.
A Patreon, is that even a thing still?
Yeah, it's still a thing. If we had a Patreon, then we could get some stuff.
You could appeal to like the 4 people who've watched this. And...
Yeah. Fuck. Speaking of the thing, I went to the DMV recently.
Wow, so God, the DMV is I mean, I guess wherever you live, it's most likely a miserable experience, but here it is a particularly miserable experience. And I am curious, like, did you have to make an appointment still, or is it open to walk in?
Since COVID, at the location I go to, at least, you have to make.
They're all like that. I was just curious as to if they lifted it, but
No.
Yeah, apparently down here, COVID is still a thing to some people, but I mean, on a little miniature rant here before you go on with your story, like, what does it take to get fired from the DMV?
Too much. Too much.
Like, I often wonder that because the people there just seem like they're already dead, you know? So it's like, if you can imagine walking in, and it's weird too because all government buildings have the same feel to them, you know? It's like you walk in and it's all just like white or off-white, you know, cream color. Like it's the cheapest materials that were used for all the baseboards. It's like that rubber glue on shit. And it's just, everything is old and it smells like a government building with government like cleaning supplies that were used in it overnight, and everyone there is a corpse.
Yeah,
literally.
They
like
are.
there's probably 50 like what would you call that, stations, windows, and there's only 10 people
yeah
that are working, so
Definitely.
like 40 of the 50 windows are closed. You never see a hiring like a we're hiring.
Never. Yeah,
But there's also never enough people working either. And like I said, they're all corpses. And so you walk up there and you're just like, I need to renew my license. And they're just... And it's like, oh, okay, cool. And $75. 180, you fucking cunt. Like, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much. And then they tell you to come back in 2 weeks, you know, and you get to do it all over again and take a whole day off.
and you have to fucking plan a week ahead because that's as soon as you can make the reservations for it.
Yeah, because apparently, I'll give you a little secret. Go to a title place.
Yeah, but I can't do what I need to get done at a title place. That's the problem.
It's so miserable, man. But yeah, fuck the DMV and really fuck any government organization or building because it's just having to deal with those people. You know, and I thought about it too. At one point, I was like, the pay must be pretty good because obviously, you know, this the same people that work there. You know, they never get fired, so the pay must be pretty decent. So I'm wondering, what does it take to get hired at the DMV? Because I also found out, too, that they don't have a phone either. You can't just call a DMV office. Maybe it's different now since you have to make an appointment. But before COVID, you couldn't even call the individual DMV office. They didn't even have a phone.
Still can't do
So
that.
you had to just go there and pray to God that someone was competent enough to fix your problem. But most of the time, you just left mad and frustrated because you didn't have some stupid piece of paper or whatever. But like, I wanted to get a job there, to be honest, because I was like, dude, this must be great. Like, you can get paid, not do shit.
Yeah.
Like, you get to work at your own pace. Like when you're finished with one person, you don't even have to immediately call the next.
Right.
Like, you could just literally sit there and fuck off for 20 minutes and then ring your little button and then piss the next person off for an hour and a half.
Just ruin fucking days.
Yeah, and
get paid
like,
to ruin days.
You could literally get paid a day's pay and deal with like 8 people and get a lunch break.
Yeah, and a lunch break.
Yeah.
and shut shit down for
But
your lunch break.
they're all miserable though.
Yes.
Dude, like when you look at all of them, like and you talk to them, they're all dead in the eyes.
Yeah.
Like I mean, aside from, metaphorically being a zombie, like they literally do just look dead in the eyes. And they have no tone in their voice. I mean, I guess they just deal with frustrated people all day.
Yes.
But like, man, that is if there was ever an argument against government controlled anything, go to a DMV in the South and it'll reinstate, any opinions or views you may have on this. Like it'll change the way that you look at this.
When AI takes over the DMV, we're still going to have all the attitude. It's going to train the AI to be a dick.
Jesus Christ, dude, that's enough
it.
right there. Dude, just fucking Skynet it. Just get it over with. Like, it's just like programmed loading times to make you wait and just ignoring what you're saying. And it's just like, you fucker.
So I went, my shit elapsed over like 3 weeks. I had to go get a certain type of license, and then I made an appointment, and then I show up there, and they're like, oh, you need, just same chick every time, you need proof of address. I went, oh, okay. I mean, I got the whatever from here. Like, I just came from here. No, you need proof of address. Like, all right, schedule an appointment a week from that day. Go back the next week. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got my proof of address. Oh, I don't need your proof of address. I already got your proof of address. I'm like, how the fuck? Like in my head, I'm just like, you sent me away last week, but then you had it.
See, because they have all the power, dude. Like they can just, if they don't want to deal with you anymore, they just tell you to go get some other shit that probably you don't need. But by the time you make it back, you'll have to deal with someone else, and it won't be them.
Yeah, and it was the same lady every time.
Oh, so
It was the same bitch. It was the same bitch. So then she's the one that told me I needed it. I go back a week later. Then she goes, I already got it. So then I had to go back a third time to get something else on the license. So I'm like, all right, let me go knock this out today. I go, and then she's like, you need proof of address. I went, not this shit again. Not like, so I had it. I didn't have proof of address, but she said I didn't need it. I did need it, so I left. But when I came back with proof of address the next time, she already had my proof of address, so she didn't need it. So I come back the third time with no proof of address, and then she needs proof of address again. So I'm like, well, why you didn't need it last time? And she goes, oh, I sent that up. Okay, but you what's
you lost it?
I sent that up. I sent that up. I went, okay. And she goes, I keep telling you I sent that up. I went, you keep telling me, and it keeps making no fucking sense. and she went, oh no, we ain't fucking cursing in here and shit. And I went, and like she literally, that's what she said. She said, oh no, we ain't fucking cursing in here and shit. And I just looked at her and smiled and went, yeah, we're definitely not fucking cursing in here and shit. And then she went, like her eyes got like wide, and she just looked at me. She was like, I'm gonna have to kick you out. I went, oh no, baby, I came here for you. I came here to see you, baby. And he goes, oh, that's it, get out. So then she
kicked out of the DMV.
starts walking me out. She starts walking me out, and she's fucking livid. And I'm just like, she wants me to lose my shit. Like, she wants to call the cops on me, but I'm just gonna like keep playing this shit. So she walks me out, and as she's walking me out, I went, fuck your mother. And she went, yeah, whatever. And I just left. I fucking never raised my voice. I was just a fucking prick all the way through. It's like, you bitch, you fucking wasted 2 weeks of my life. And I can't sit there and explain to her like, hey, do you realize that you make no fucking sense because you did this XYZ and then XYZ and like it doesn't add up? Because I know she ain't going to be like, yeah, you know what? I fucked up. You're right. I'm sorry about that. So I just have to sit there and go, it's futile. I'm not going to get done what I want to get done. I got to wait at least another week. So I might as well just blow up the fucking spot. That's my thing. Scorched earth. Fuck this place.
It almost makes you wonder if there's just like a built-in attrition rate to the DMV. Like they just expect to like suck so many souls per day. And it's just like maybe they have a like a quota, on so many people they have to piss off per day, to keep the numbers down inside the office,
I swear, she fucking wins on people who don't even go in because she just has to go tell people like, "Oh, you don't have an appointment. Bye." So it's just like you have like 10 people waiting. She's like, "Do the one person DMV location. Bye. Do you have an appointment?" And then like I made my appointment. And she looks at me. "Do you have an appointment?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I say my name, and she's like, "Okay, hold on." Like I passed the first fucking riddle of the troll. Like she's like, I didn't expect him to have an appointment. And then she goes back and she looks at me and like curious, like, "Yeah, okay, you could come in." Like, "Oh, you figured that part out, the appointment part out. I thought that would filter out, you know."
One time I went to the DMV to go get my motorcycle endorsement, and I showed up and I showed up before it even opened, you know, and of course there's like a line of literally 40 people outside, yeah, waiting. So like we're all waiting in line, and you know, and I get in there and I wait probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours before I'm finally get called to the back. And I get there and they're like, "Oh, there's a flag on your," I forget if it was like the license or a registration or something. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Well, come to find out, like when I bought my car, I traded in my other car, and so the dealership was supposed to turn in the title to the DMV,
Right.
but like somewhere in that chain, it didn't happen. So it was showing that I still owned this car and that I
There was like a
didn't have,
lapse.
and I didn't have insurance on it.
Fuck.
So I was like, I wasted 3 hours or so of my life in this fucking line, and then they're telling me this shit, and I'm like, this, no, that's not how that works. And so then I had to go to this other DMV, and this one was ran by like straight dicks. Like, dude, it was in a government building. Like, I knew something was up when I had to go through a fucking metal detector to go in there. Yeah, not fun.
Yeah.
And so, like, I go upstairs, and like when the elevator opens, it's like again one of these fucking just government building lobbies, and it's got probably about 85 people stuffed into it. And of course, it's all hot and stuffy in there, and it's just fucking gross. And and thank God, dude, thank God, there was this this chick cop who was like, you have to talk to them when you first walk in, and like I went up to her and she's like, "What do you need?" And I explained to her the situation, and she's like, "Damn, that's fucked up. Hold on, let me see if I can help you." And dude, she went and like skipped the entire 80-something people in the fucking waiting room and like just went and got me this proof or whatever that I needed, and fucking I was in and out.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, so that worked out really
That's
well.
epic.
But dude, I mean, it sucked the first, you know, at the other first DMV having to waste 3 hours of my life to be told this dumb shit, and then having to go through the fucking prison metal detector setup and almost get fucked over there too, man. It was like a complete waste of an entire day.
Fucking,
Of course, I know this is not what the audience wants to hear on this podcast of weed and guns as our troubles at the fucking DMV, but son of a bitch, man. I mean, it's related, and I mean, if you think about it, the DMV is the fucking Matrix, bro. It's like the buffering, you know, that happens when you're watching a video. It's like you'll be in life, and all of a sudden, life needs more loading time, and so it sends you to the fucking DMV. You know,
Dan Cook. Remember, Dan Cook had a joke. He was like, "In the future, everything's gonna take like half a second to get done, but you go to DMV, be like, fuck, 9 seconds. It takes 9 fucking seconds."
Dude, I wish it was 9 seconds of my life, man. Jeez. Yeah, but for like even I get these vibes, and maybe this will be the theme.
Vibes.
Maybe that'll be the theme of this episode. We can talk about government buildings.
Yeah. Okay. I'm down.
I mean, I don't know how many of them you've been in, but like, I get this.
I will say this: when you said all government buildings feel the same,
They do.
There was one
Do they
building
not?
that doesn't feel the same.
What's that?
A court. Courtroom's got some punch, bro. I don't know what it is. You walk into a court and you're like, wow, this is fucking up people's lives today. Like,
Bruh.
I could feel the baby daddy hurt.
The one courthouse that I've gone to in particular is a little bit further down south, And I got a ticket once. So it was being stupid. Some asshole kid in a BMW was racing me when I was riding in my Sebring convertible.
It was his fault.
Well, it was both of our faults because I participated.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, he got a ticket for doing like, what was it, 92 and a 45, and I got a ticket for doing 88. But he didn't have a license though, so he really got fucked. They took mine and were like, "We'll see you in court." So I show up maybe like a month later for the court date, and I'm like, "Oh wow, this is compared to all the rest of the buildings around, the courthouse looks fairly nice from the outside." And I walk in and everything. I mean, it's obviously was built probably in like the 40s, but everything is brass and marble.
Okay.
No, the brown marble. So this is some really fancy shit. Like it's not bullshit marble. It's
right.
Super, super nice. Like tans, browns, fucking red marble, like all this shit. And it's polished too. I mean, like super nice. And I go in, like, and keep in mind, so at this time, like I'm working outside. So I'm wearing shorts and a polo shirt, and I tuck my shirt in or whatever. Well, I get to the courtroom, and the cop outside, he stops me and he's like, "You can't go in here because you're wearing shorts."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Dude, you guys are here to steal my fucking money, bro. Like let's be real here. Like you've never done 90 miles an hour before. Like let's be real. Like what the fuck does it matter that I'm wearing shorts? Like you're supposed to wear pants." I'm like, "Bro, it is 92 degrees outside in the South. I live 45 minutes to an hour away from here.
Son of a bitch.
And I work outside. I don't bring pants because that's fucking stupid. Like, what does it matter?"
Right,
so he makes
right.
me. So this fucking dude makes me sit outside of the court on the bench until they call my name. So they call my name. I walk in there and I go stand on the little podium thing. And the judge is like, "Why are you outside?" And I was like, "Because I'm wearing shorts." And he stands up a little bit and he looks at me and he's like, "That's stupid." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And he's like, "Yeah, that's dumb. He should have let you in." And I'm like, "Yeah, exactly. Like it already made no sense."
God.
Yeah.
How did the judge see you if you were outside?
Well,
it was like a
no, not outside. Like I was outside the courtroom, like on a bench, and so they called me in the courtroom once it was technically my turn to talk to the judge.
Right.
Because, like I said, I mean, I was doing well over, well over the speed limit, like and so yeah, like I said, so he had kind of stood up and he saw I was wearing shorts, and he was just like, "Well, that's dumb. He should have let you in here." And I was like, "Yeah, it is dumb. That's what I'm saying." And yeah, so
he's like, "Oh, but by the way, you're fucked because you were going fast as shit."
Yeah, no doubt, right? So we're talking, and he's just like, "Is there any reason why you were going that fast?" And I explained to him what happened. I was just like, "I'm dumb, I guess." I was in my convertible. I'm on my way home, and this kid in this piece of shit Beamer is trying to race me. So I showed him up, and fucking. I started slowing down first. He was going faster. So I didn't want to race him at first, but he kept like getting on my ass, and then he would get in front of me and fucking like and hit like he was driving like a dick, man. And I mean, whatever. But so what was even better though is that so he tells me I think my fine was like $550 or some shit. I mean, still it's a lot of money. Yeah. And so he's like, "This officer's gonna follow you down to the payment office." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Well, what if I can't afford it?" He's like, "Well, then you're gonna go to jail." And I was like, "Oh shit. All right."
Wow.
So check this out, bro. This is straight again, like this is a government building. So we walk in, he walks me down to this room that's probably like the size of like a standard American living room. Okay. And there's like 2 plastic long tables that are like in the middle of the room that kind of cut it in half.
Okay.
Right. And then there's 2 other plastic tables behind it with two ladies sitting behind it, and then there's like one lady sitting behind the big row that cuts the room in half.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's an ATM machine on the other side that they're not on.
Okay.
And so you walk in, that's where the door is. And so you walk into that side, and the cop stands in the doorway. And so if you don't have money, then you have to go to their ATM machine, which has a $15 fee to take money out.
Oh, wow.
And he makes sure that you don't leave that room without paying that fine first and getting extorted for the $15 ATM fee. And yeah, dude, I was fairly young at the time, and so it hurt pretty bad to have to do that. But man, it just, again, government building feel, man. The post office feels the same way, dude. It's just all bland.
Fuck the post office,
dude. It's all bland and shit. Again, the employees are all dead in the eyes. It smells like paper and government and fucking yeah, dude. It just
I got my passport. That was like the worst one. I got my passport at a post office, and it was just like the fucking
how was that experience?
The fucking attitude from this broad. Like it was just like what the fuck. She's just old lady on your ass before you even started anything. It's like, oh no, you gotta. Oh no. I was like, just let me fill out the fucking paperwork.
Hey, bro, I just want to leave the country.
You gotta go take a photo at CVS because we don't do photos here. Okay, fuck. All right, go get your photo first. Okay.
Sometimes you think they just have like power trips or something, or they maybe they just really do hate life.
I guess so, dude. I guess so.
What is it about working for the U.S. government that soul sucks clean out of you?
It's just you joining the largest workforce in America. It's you joining the largest workforce and just being in the same boat with everybody.
But like to some degree, does it not feel like when you take a government job like that you work for an AI? It's like a very basic AI that fucks up a lot.
It's like fundamentally flawed. Just the
AI,
entire, and you're doing something that doesn't make sense all the time, and you're gonna catch shit for doing things that don't make sense. But then you're just like, I know I'm fucking retarded. I work for the government. Yeah, I do shit that doesn't make sense. That's my fucking life. You're looking at it. Fuck me.
It's so true, though. It's like, so true.
And I'm just like, fuck you. I don't have a proof of address. I fucking know you don't have a proof of address. I couldn't possibly expect you to know that. Fuck you, too.
And it's just like, the more frustrated you get, there's just nothing you can do about it either. Because it's like, that when you yell at them, like you're trying to satisfy that animalistic part in your brain that wants revenge for fucking you over.
Yeah.
But that like, no matter how loud or dumb you get, it doesn't matter because literally like you just tried to insulted a dumb AI and it's just like Google search Tyrannosaurus Rex and you're just like you fuck like there's nothing you can do about it and it's just like a fundamentally flawed AI like and that's your supervisor and your boss and you just work to go on like lame vacations and they're just NPCs, man. Like government jobs make NPCs or maybe they attract them. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard chicken or the egg.
Yeah.
That's a hard chicken or the egg. I don't know. Fuck the government, man. Fuck the fucking government and the government jobs and the fucking largest employer being the U.S. government and then fucking.
There's just nothing you can do about it.
I'm super glad that people who work for the government pay income tax.
Like it's not like I'm saying fuck the government like in any type of like violent means or anything because I mean look dude like understand they government does have a purpose, right?
Yeah.
It does have a purpose. It does have some needs that it has to fulfill for its people that it supposedly represents, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you should have it for a military. You should have it for foreign affairs and trading and things like that.
Sure.
But like once it starts to seep into the everyday crevices of your life and regulatory commission,
Bruh, I
mean,
know
it
a dude. I know who.
it's too much.
I know a dude who lost his hunting license because he owes child support,
Wow.
he's been paying the shit, but they keep oh no, it's taxes, but they keep re-estimating the taxes, so he keeps paying, and then like no, actually you owe more, so it's taxes, so he lost his hunting license. It's like a nigga can't even be homeless, like you can't even be like do you have you're fishing the fucking for subsistence, and they're like, do you have a fishing license? Like, hey, I know you don't have a home, but you better have a fucking. I know you just killed that deer and don't have a home, but you better have a hunting license. And they're like, "Oh, you didn't pay taxes. That's why. No, you can't. You can't hunt deer.
Yeah, you got to pay taxes. You go kill them fish and the deer. It's already hard enough, but now you got to pay them fucking taxes first. It's like, what are you getting for that though? I mean, especially in today's climate. I mean, dude, if you take a look around, like things are kind of shit everywhere. It's not like it's any better, you know. I mean, like you pay taxes even in your local municipalities, but like even here, crime is rampant. I mean,
Right.
like there's car break-ins, burglaries, murders, and especially in the city, like what are you paying for?
Right.
You know,
What the fuck are you
there's
paying
no
for?
police force, and what little bit of a police force there is, the local government's not behind them, so they don't do shit. You know, I mean, you're talking 4+ hour response time, sometimes a day or more to file a police report. You know, and meanwhile, you're just stuck out, and it's not just the police. I mean, it's even you're talking like just like sewerage and even the guys who fix the roads. I mean, again, like what are your tax dollars going for these days? And it just seems like the only thing that's happening with all your tax dollars is it's just going in the pockets of people who have no business having access to it in the first place.
Yeah, you don't get shit, dog. You don't get shit for your fucking taxes, dude. You're getting dog fucked. It's just like no point. There's no point. You're not. There's nothing. Fucking just hit a fucking crater in the fucking street. Just deal with it. Get your shit stolen. There's no cops. Fucking they had that recent thing. I didn't look at it. That
I actually bent a steel rim on one of those craters.
Wow.
One time. Yeah, I was going to work. This was years ago. At when I was working for the hotel, and this was like right outside the theater off the main drag. And I was going to go take a right, and it was one of these instances where it had just rained, so it was playing puddle or pothole, you know. And not only was it a fucking pothole, but man, dude, it blew out my tire and bent my steel rim. On some brand new tires too, by the way. I think I had them maybe 3 weeks at most.
God.
Yeah. So,
God.
bro, talk about pissing me off.
Son of a bitch.
Dude, it was, and I was like on my way to work too, and I had to make this fucking detour because, of course, you know, in the city it's just road construction every single corner, and so I had to go take this other route, which led me here, and so I hit this thing. Of course, like I said, it blows out my tire, bends my rim. Eventually, I put my spare on and make it to work. When I go to work the next day, they put fucking orange cones around it.
Oh, yeah.
And once the water had drained, I realized they had busted up the street like with a fucking jackhammer, like trying to access sewage pipes and shit. And no one bothered to put fucking cones around it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
I was
Thanks,
like,
my guy.
you fucking cocks, bro. Like, ugh.
They had I heard a story. It was like my cousin was driving and they hit a pothole, and the fucking rim came off, or her hubcap came off, and it rolled and it like fell into another pothole, and there was a homeless guy that scurried across the street and grabbed it. Like he had a handful of them. Like he just waits there to spawn hunt. Like what they call it, spawn hunting. He was just like spawn camping, fucking hubcaps.
Got a bunch of fucking hubcaps, just made like a little house out of them. And
Fucking sick, dude. Tons of these frisbee hubcaps, and just you could do so much.
like
Their plates,
It's
their
like the
bowls.
fucking labyrinth, you know, with the little. the little Muppet that's got like a little house filled with like junk and shit. Just a little house made out of hubcaps on the side of the street, which in the city, I'm not gonna lie, would not be an uncommon occurrence these days. There's probably quite a few of them, dude. I mean, they actually have tents that are like way nicer than my shit. I'm gonna tell you what, dude. Like, they got whole fucking tent cities out there now. Like, everyone's got a bicycle, a dog, a fucking tent, a little air mattress.
Suburbs.
Dude, yeah, it really is. It's like little fucking gutter punk suburbs, essentially, you know, and they all have Mac computers and, you know, they charge their phones at the coffee shops for free and all their electronics. And then that's why, like, when you walk in there, it just smells like an armpit, and you realize you're, like, surrounded by, like, 30 people who haven't bathed in, like, 2.5 weeks because they all live under the overpass. Yeah, it's amazing.
Fuck this place.
It used to be a really awesome place to be and, you know, place to live.
Just be at a fucking red light on a motorcycle, and then there's just
And now
just lurking, just fucking lurking to fuck up your shit. You're just sitting there, just looking over your shoulder, just waiting for a fucking dude to put a smelly finger on you, bro.
I hope you're wearing a full face helmet.
Yeah.
You know, you can't afford to be open at this
Fucking
point.
whoever had the idea was like, yeah, let's give fucking dogs to homeless people. That's gonna make shit better.
You want to know why though? It's because they can't arrest them if they add the dogs. Then they got to call animal control and shit. So if you have the animal as a barrier, they're less likely to bring you to jail over dumb shit.
No shit, it's just an extra fucking thing.
Yeah, because they're not just gonna shoot dogs in the city. It's not gonna happen. So they're gonna have to call animal control, and that's. I mean, if it takes 4 hours for the police to show up, imagine how long it takes animal control to show up. So yeah, they'd rather just not deal with it, and they'll just let you go with a warning or a ticket or some shit because you have a dog. So now all the gutter punks have dogs and drug problems. So yeah, it's good times. You know, and then you got people breaking into cars on a regular basis, and
those fucking Hyundais and Kias getting dick mercilessly.
Dude, they caught one of these guys the other day, and I think he had like 58 stolen guns, or it was like a group of them. 58 stolen guns just from one haul.
Amazing.
I mean, well, your car's not a gun safe, so I mean, people need to learn that.
Yeah, this dude fucking just driving around like the Vegas shooter.
Well, dude, yeah, I mean, pretty
Like,
much, dude.
like,
Jesus Christ,
dude, what are you
yeah,
doing?
he didn't get
What's your-
fucking disappeared with bump stocks. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, like just fucking driving around looking for hotels, dog. Looking for Groupon deals and a concert. What the fuck
Dude's
are you
got
doing?
58 stolen guns and a crowbar. Yeah. Or like one of them glass punches. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Like, and they, of course, you know, they ride around stolen cars, but, you know, the police department doesn't give a shit because they don't have enough of them to give a shit about.
Dude, how much money could we make with a ghost gunner if we just fucking started?
Well, I would never do such a thing.
It's legal, though.
No, they're not legal.
Ghost Dad, yeah. They even make the machine in Texas. You could buy them $2,500.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, you're supposed to serialize it, or if you intend to sell it, I think you have to serialize it. But I mean, they kind of made it difficult, from what I understand, like with some of like just getting the jigs to drill the holes in the frames and whatnot. It's just a little bit more difficult to get. I mean,
It's
I don't know, man.
$2,500, dude.
Hey,
we
look.
could be printing out for all the gangs and wherever we live.
Why would I do, bro?
Yeah,
Look,
kept us up.
apparently they have no problems getting access to guns. Like, I don't need to do shit. Like guns are fairly cheap, and I mean, they're definitely cheap when you're breaking windows and stealing them out of people's
58
cars.
of them.
A day, dude. That was
that's
just
more
one,
than a
dude,
deck
that,
of
that was
cards.
one fucking crew, and one night had 58 guns.
Dude's played fucking 58 gun pickup, bro. Like, there's 52 cards on that deck of cards. And
Where do
dude
you
had
even put 58 fucking guns, like, in a car?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's, I'm sure
stacked up.
I'm sure it's 58 handguns, but like, how many of those are like? I wonder if they broke the windows of like a stolen car that had stolen guns in it, and then they stole those stolen guns.
Yeah. This is like the Elon deep fake.
And then got caught with it, and they're just like, "Oh, you stole twice. You stole it twice." And it's just like, "Wait a minute, nah, fuck that. I only stole that bitch once." It's like, "Nah, you stole that twice." It's like, yeah, getting charged for it. You know, what I mean, like that's where it's at, though.
I remember one of our cars got broken into, and I remember just daydreaming about putting an explosive in the car, so next time they break into it, just blows them up.
Dude, some guy actually did that about 4 months ago. He put a flashbang in the center console, and when the guy opened it up, it didn't kill him. Obviously, it's just a flashbang. But I'm sure he had to catch shrapnel of whatever else was in the center console, and I mean, and he was also hanging halfway out the broken glass window. So when he scurried, I'm sure he cut himself pretty good.
I love that shit.
Oh, dude, there was video of it too, which is even better. It's fucking beautiful.
Fuck, that's good.
It really is. I mean,
dude was willing to blow out his own fucking windows.
Oh, dude, he was. There's no way you made it. Like, all right, a flashbang is loud as fuck.
Yes.
I mean, it's meant to disorient if you throw it into a room or somebody. So if you can only imagine, you just broke this glass. Yeah, I'm fucking cool. I'm fucking awesome. And then you just open up this thing and literally less than
what the fuck happened?
Less than 13 inches from your face goes an explosive that's meant to be detonated probably like 5 or 6 feet from someone.
Your fucking senses just get ethered.
Yeah,
just fucking open this shit. Like do. It's not a fucking Kia, homie. This is fucking
dude. Imagine just going instantly into fight or flight mode.
But you don't know you're swinging at fucking.
Yeah, you could have just been dead for all you know. Like. Like all you saw was white, and now your hearing don't work no more, and you're getting cut on the way out.
Just throwing punches at air
and tripping and falling because it's wet because it rains every fucking day now.
God,
what a glorious sight! It's just like, you dick. If you're gonna break my window, actually, dude, one of my buddies got his window broken in for the 4th time in the last year.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Talk about suck.
Remember, like, Casey Neistat on Twitter? He was like a YouTube guy. Was like, "What the fuck, man? Somebody broke into my car and stole all my shit." He was in Los Angeles, and Seth Rogen just replies. He's like, "Hey, man, I don't know how I gave him the Cheech and Chong voice." He's like, "I love Los Angeles. You got to know, you got to expect that, and that happens sometimes. Get used to it. My car got broken into like 11 times. Get used to it, bro." Like, oh, thanks, Seth Rogen. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm not a millionaire, and that's $500+ every fucking time it happens. So no, it's not normal. It shouldn't be normalized, at least.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
Thank God you have to go to DMV every time somebody breaks into your car.
Dude, I would shoot myself.
Somebody broke into my car. You don't have proof of address.
You need a proof of address. It's like they stole it. Well, I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna pay for this.
Fuck this job. Fuck you. Fuck this job. I hate everything.
Why don't you quit? Oh no. Because I can't get fired.
Like, no one can remember how they even got hired for the DMV. It's like, when was your first day? I was always here. I was always...
Dude, I wonder if they're actually born from the womb, like you're destined to work at the DMV. Like they come out just a little soulless. A little soulless baby.
The doctor's just looks at the parents and shakes his head. He's like, you don't want to know. You don't want to know
what's the matter, doctor? You'll be working stall 13.
But that stall's been empty for 20 years. It's like, every once in a while, fate chooses one baby to fill one of the 40 stalls at the DMV. Destined for this shit.
And meanwhile, here I am trying to get paid to not do shit, and they won't hire me. So it's definitely proof that they're actually it's proof that it's destined that you will work at the DMV, because if you're not, they won't even respond back or hire you.
Yeah, I think you have to. I was about to say something. That was gonna get me banned. I'm gonna stop myself. Fuck. Fucking just wake up. You wake up in the DMV and you don't remember your past life, and you're 40 something, and you just work in the DMV.
Yeah, you're 40 something. Your wife hates you, and like your kid moved out, and you live in a trailer. You're just like, where is it all gone? And like the only thing that you look forward to is like Judge Judy reruns and fucking like.
They're like
cat videos.
Just watching Judge Judy, and they're like, "Oh, this motherfucker don't even have fucking pants. He's got shorts. He can't even come into court.
Fucking stupid.
Fucking hate this life. Why can't people learn to be miserable like me?"
You know, if only they could use their position in life to an advantage. You know, it's just like, wonder if people like me if I like express lane their DMV problems. You know, it's just like your your buddy needs a passport. You know, just like, I can get you that. You know, and it just buys you street cred.
Yeah.
You're like the DMV hookup. You know, you're like the connect for the DMV.
They had a dude that would walk on the street and give out brake tags. He'd be like,
bro.
He would just walk around with a garbage bag, be like, brake tag. The cops would just be like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this guy.
For people who don't know what a brake tag is, it's like a state extortion racket, pretty much.
Is that specific?
Well, it's not. It's by like not every state does it, but here they do, and it's also by the county. So essentially, like your individual county may run it, or the state may have their own individual one. But it's essentially an inspection sticker where some other poor fuck takes your car, honks the horn, turns your turn signals and flashlights and stuff, and then he drives your car in a circle and makes sure that it works, and then he charges you $40 for a sticker.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you don't have that $40 sticker, you'll get like a $400 ticket.
I love the hood knowledge where the people take the X-Acto knife on the registration sticker for the license plate. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they like X-Acto knife it so nobody can peel it off. like, bro, what world do we live in? You have to wear somebody fucking peeling off your shit, stealing 50, 80 of your guns.
Because the DMV is that fucking miserable to deal with that people would rather.
I'm not going back. Exactly, knife in your shit. I ain't fucking going back.
They would rather steal your fucking sticker on your license plate than have to deal with this government bullshit. It's like a little bit of yourself dies at the DMV every time you have to go. I swear that place is fucking Mordor or something, man. I mean, it's god awful. God awful.
You know, I don't even think the family pictures on the desk are real. I think they're fucking. I think they're like those like frames,
pre-programmed Matrix
they
backstories.
Just buy frames from like Winn-Dixie and Walmart, and it's just like that's the stock photo in it. They're just like, yes, family, hope. And it's just, but there's no hope. You work for the fucking DMV.
It's like that last Terminator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, and he's just like, I sell drapes, you know?
So drapes?
Yeah, it's like Terminator, once he kills John Connor, he becomes, he doesn't have a mission anymore, and he's stuck in the past, and so he eventually just decides to, like, live, and he learns that he fucked up, and so he gets a girlfriend, wife, essentially, but she doesn't know that he's a Terminator, and so like she has a kid, you know, and he's like, she liked me because I changed diapers and I did not complain, you know, and it's just like, well, yeah, you know, that works, and you know,
wait, he got her pregnant too?
No. She had a kid before.
Oh, he got cut.
But yeah. Apparently, like, he changes diapers without complaining, and he's a good listener. And so, but he learned to sell drapes, and it's
Wow.
yeah, it'd be like that.
Fuck the DMV, dog.
Yeah, that's how they are, though. They're just robots, essentially, with their little fake stock photo families, and just there to send you back to your house to go get some other piece of paper because you forgot it. And God forbid, like, and realistically, man, like, who the fuck is, I mean, like, look, bro, if I was going to be up to some nefarious shit, I would find any other way to do it besides coming to talk to you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
trust me, this is my last resort.
Yeah, you can assure yourself that if I am here, I am who I say I am, and I really am seeking a resolution to this problem because no one else is here to be here in my stead. Believe the fuck out of that. God. Yeah. So maybe this has
fucking
just been
DMV.
a rant on government buildings, DMVs, post
fucking
offices,
DMV
and
being like the DMZ.
Yeah, I've never been to like an IRS building or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's just as miserable and soul sucking in there too. Like I said, they all feel the same, man. Just bland. It's almost like I equate it to a non-pretty version of like when you go into Russia and there's like all that Soviet architecture and like the train stations and stuff, and they actually like tried to make themselves look better. And like our version of that is like office buildings that haven't been updated in 40 years.
Fucking just getting mesothelioma the second you
Yeah,
walk in.
dude, it's filled with asbestos and shit and the fucking water from Camp Lejeune. And
that one's new to me.
dude, yeah, it's apparently pretty bad. I don't know. That shit's killing everybody. But
Fucking Camp Lejeune. This fucking like the past month. Do you somebody I want to fucking run an ad,
dude. I had to do a Google search. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And why is everyone dying at
fuck
Camp
this
Lejeune?
camp, bro.
Yeah,
fuck this camp. Fucking Six Flags shit,
dude. In 30 years, they're gonna be like, did you live in Flint, Michigan? You're fucked.
No lawsuit. You just
call Ed and Ed for money. Like, what?
I want to make up a fake place and then like just start an ad like, were you in bumfuck Egypt? Because
from 91 to 97.
Did you eat sand in bumfuck Egypt? Because there might be some issues and shit. Call me. Everybody's like, yeah, dude, I totally ate sand in bumfuck Egypt. I was stationed in BFE.
You're entitled to compensation.
It reminds me of like somebody won the lotto. This is like the attempted murder shit versus murder charge, where it's just like, dog. It was nefarious all around. The guy won the lottery by cheating. Like he had a pseudo random number generator or something. He made it for the government, but then he planted like a little seed to where once every few months he would win the lottery and he would send somebody in to claim it.
Oh shit.
So he would know the numbers before they happened.
When was this and where was this?
All over the country and years ago. So he would all right, let me start with the story. So he programmed a thing that would pick the numbers, and some guy was joking with him and was like, hey, you should totally like figure out how to predict the Powerball, and he laughed and it was like, I know how to fucking do that. So then he did it and tested it, and then it worked. So then he started like telling people to go there and pick certain numbers, and then they would claim it and split it. His brother would win, and then something happened where he won, but it was like such a large jackpot that he won that he didn't even want to claim it. So it was like about to expire. Like he went underground and wouldn't claim it. And then it was about to expire, and then a bunch of people started calling with who are a lot less smart, and they go, "Oh yeah, that was me that won that. that was me, totally me. And they're like, where's the ticket? I go, I don't know. I fucking lost it, but that was definitely me. And it's like, then they had the security footage, and it was like none of the people that claimed it. And the guy ended up having to claim it. And they're like, hey, why'd you win like twice? And like, why'd your brother win? This is fucking weird. And then he got caught and went to jail. But it's like all those people were like, yeah, totally, that was me that won.
Why do you have
but they don't get in trouble. They're half retarded and still have fucking malintent, and they don't get in trouble.
You know, sometimes the extent of human greed blows my mind. Because I'm going to tell you what, man, if I was able to pull that off once, I'm not going back a second time for it. Like, how dumb do you have to be? Like, and if you're going to do it, then do the fucking, do the one big one. You know what I'm saying?
Just wait.
And then, yeah, just wait. Do the one big one.
I would fucking jerk off just waiting for the big jackpot. Be like,
just knowing I'm going to be rich.
I'm going to win every 3 months. I'm going to fucking sit here and just jerk off and be like, oh, I guess I got to wait 3 more months. That one was only 2 million and just be, or whatever. Eventually, I'm just going to fucking, come on, dog. Come on. Yeah, like just wait for the
like
one big one.
Why would you even put yourself in exposure multiple times like that?
Yeah, so we were talking about that lottery shit, and then we talked about some other shit, and then they got like kind of serious, and then the CIA shut us down, and it just stopped recording 10 minutes. So we lost 10 minutes there of time.
Yeah.
But
what the fuck happened? Yeah, it was just apparently we definitely got shut the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, guys, but that's going to be our outro for numero tres, and we'll be back in a week or two, and we'll get this sorted out. We're going to get this sorted out.
Yeah, with external hard drives.
Yeah. All right, guys, peace.
Peace.